You type all day, emails, texts, Google searches. Your fingers are constantly dancing across the keyboard, whether you're at work, at home, or even enjoying a sunny day in the park. It's become second nature, almost like breathing. But have you ever stopped to think about how accurate you really are? But let's be honest, you're not exactly winning any typing contests. Sure, you get the job done, but it's not always pretty. Typos, missed keys, and autocorrect fails are part of the daily grind. And while it might seem like a minor inconvenience, these small mistakes can add up to bigger problems. You've definitely hit send before fixing every mistake. We all have. Maybe you were in a rush, or perhaps you just didn't notice the error. Either way, it's a common scenario. But what if I told you that these seemingly harmless errors could lead to serious consequences? What seems like a harmless habit can be a big problem online. In the digital world, precision is key. A single mistyped letter can redirect you to a completely different website, one that might not have your best interests at heart. Think about all those times you've mistyped a website address. It's easy to do, especially when you're in a hurry. You want Amazon.com but type Amazon.com instead. It happens to the best of us. You want Amazon.com but type Amazon.com instead. Happens all the time, right? But this tiny mistake can open the door to some seriously shady stuff online. Happens all the time, right? No big deal, right? Wrong. This tiny mistake opens the door to some seriously shady stuff online. No big deal, right? Wrong. This tiny mistake opens the door to some seriously shady stuff online. We're talking malware, phishing scams, and even identity theft. All because you missed a letter. This tiny mistake opens the door to some seriously shady stuff online. We're talking malware, phishing scams, and even identity theft. All because you missed a letter. It's not just an inconvenience, it's a potential disaster waiting to happen. We're talking malware, phishing scams, and even identity theft. These threats are real and can have devastating effects on your personal and financial life. Imagine losing access to your bank account or having your personal information stolen. It's a nightmare scenario that starts with a simple typo, all because you missed a letter. It's a small mistake with potentially huge consequences. But don't worry, there's a way to protect yourself. This isn't some techie conspiracy theory. This is real and it happens every day. But the good news is, you can take steps to prevent it. This is real, and it happens every day. By being more mindful of your typing and double-checking your web addresses, you can avoid these pitfalls. It's a small effort that can save you a lot of trouble. Think of it like this. You wouldn't walk into a stranger's unlocked house, right? Mistyping a web address is like leaving your digital door wide open. But don't worry though. There are tools and practices that can help you stay safe. Mistyping a web address is like leaving your digital door wide open. Don't worry though, we're here to help you slam that door shut and keep the bad guys out. With a few simple precautions, you can protect yourself from these online threats. We're here to help you slam that door shut and keep the bad guys out. By being vigilant and using the right tools, you can enjoy the digital world without fear. Stay safe, stay smart, and keep those fingers typing accurately. So, what's lurking out there in the land of misspelled websites? You might be surprised to learn that a simple typo can lead you down a very dangerous path. It's not just about landing on the wrong page, it's about the potential threats that come with it. First up, we've got malware. These are nasty little programs that sneak onto your computer and wreak havoc. Think stolen passwords, sluggish performance, and even complete system crashes. Malware can come in many forms, from viruses to spyware, and they all have one goal: to compromise your device and steal your information. Imagine trying to get some work done, but your computer is running slower than a snail. Or worse, it freezes completely, leaving you frustrated and helpless. That's the power of malware. But it doesn't stop there. Then there's phishing. This is where scammers create fake websites that look like the real deal. Think your bank's login page or a popular online store. These sites are designed to trick you into thinking you're in a safe place, but in reality, you're walking right into a trap. They trick you into handing over your personal info, like credit card numbers and social security numbers. Once they have this information, they can use it to commit fraud, steal your identity, and cause all sorts of financial headaches. And let's not forget about data theft. Hackers love setting up shop on misspelled domains. They wait for unsuspecting victims to wander in and then snatch their data while they browse. It's a sneaky way to get access to your personal information without you even realizing it. It's like digital pickpocketing, but on a much larger scale. Imagine walking through a crowded market and suddenly realizing your wallet is gone. That's what it feels like when your data is stolen online. It's invasive, it's violating, and it can have long-lasting consequences. All of this sounds pretty scary, right? The idea that a simple typo could lead to such chaos is enough to make anyone nervous. But the worst part is, you might not even realize you're on a dangerous website. These sites are designed to look legitimate, making it easy to let your guard down. That's why it's so important to be extra careful when typing in web addresses. Double-check the URL before you hit enter. Look for signs that the site is secure, like a padlock icon in the address bar. And if something feels off, trust your instincts and leave the site immediately. Taking these precautions can help protect you from the dangers of mistyped domains. Remember, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and keep your personal information secure. By being aware of the risks and taking steps to avoid them, you can browse the internet with confidence and peace of mind. So next time you're online, take a moment to ensure you're on the right path. Your digital safety depends on it. Remember that time everyone thought they were getting cheap flights to the Bahamas? Turns out they were typing goggle instead of Google and ended up on a site full of malware. Thousands of people got their computers infected. Ouch. Or how about the folks who thought they were donating to a wildfire relief fund? They landed on a misspelled domain and ended up giving their money to scammers. Talk about adding insult to injury. These aren't isolated incidents, it happens all the time. Criminals are getting smarter and they're using our typos against us, but don't panic. You can outsmart them by being aware and taking a few simple precautions. Think you're too smart to fall for this stuff? Think again. Millions of people fall victim to domain name scams every year. We're not talking about your tech-challenged grandpa either. This can happen to anyone. Studies show that nearly 70% of people have accidentally typed in a wrong web address at some point. And here's the kicker, almost half of them didn't even realize they were on the wrong site. These numbers are a wake-up call. We need to be more vigilant. Luckily, there are some simple things you can do to protect yourself. Think of it like wearing a digital helmet while browsing the web. Section 5. Slow your roll, Speedy fingers. Practical tips to avoid the typo trap. First and foremost, slow down. We know you're eager to check out that cute cat video, but taking an extra second to double-check the web address can save you a world of hurt. Pay attention to the details. Look for misspellings, extra letters, or weird characters in the domain name. If something seems off, it probably is. Trust your gut. And for goodness sake, don't just click on links in emails or social media posts. Hover over the link first to see where it's really taking you. If it looks suspicious, don't click on it. Simple as that. Section 6 of bookmarks, your new best friend. Easy ways to stay safe online. Remember bookmarks? Those handy little tools that let you save your favorite websites? Well, they're not just for convenience anymore, they're your new best friend in the fight against domain name scams. By bookmarking the websites you visit regularly, you eliminate the risk of mistyping their addresses. It's like having a direct line to your favorite online destinations. No typos required. And don't forget about bookmark folders. You can organize your bookmarks by category, making it even easier to find what you're looking for without having to type anything at all. It's like having a personal librarian for your internet adventures. Section 7, HTTPS. Not just a bunch of random letters. Why checking your URL matters. In today's digital age, where almost everything is done online, understanding the importance of HTTPS is crucial. See that little HTTPS / at the beginning of a web address? It's more than just a string of characters. It's a sign of security and trustworthiness. That's not just a random jumble of letters, it's a critical indicator that the website you're visiting is taking steps to protect your information. It stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, and it's your signal that a website is using encryption to protect your data. Encryption is like a secret code that keeps your information safe from prying eyes. Always make sure the website you're on has HTTPS / in the address bar, especially if you're entering sensitive information like credit card details or login credentials. This small detail can make a big difference in keeping your personal information secure. If you see HTTP / without the S, be very cautious. The absence of that X means the website is not secure and your data could be at risk. Think of it like this, HTTPS / is like the bouncer at the club, checking IDs and making sure only the right people get in. Just as you wouldn't want to enter a club without security, you shouldn't enter a website without HTTPS. Don't go to a website without a bouncer. In the vast world of the internet, HTTPS is your first line of defense. It ensures that your data remains private and secure, giving you peace of mind as you browse, shop, and interact online. So next time you go online, remember to check for that all-important HTTPS. Section 8. Think before you click, avoiding the siren song of suspicious links. We get it. You're scrolling through your social media feed and you see a link that promises something amazing. A free cruise? $1 million? The secret to eternal youth? Don't fall for it. Before you click on any link, take a moment to think critically. Does it seem too good to be true? Is it from a source you don't recognize? Is the language overly sensationalized or pushy? If so, it's probably a scam. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Don't let your curiosity get the best of you. Think before you click and you'll be much safer online. Section 9. Stay sharp, stay safe. A final word on navigating the web with caution. The internet is an amazing place, but it's also a breeding ground for scammers and cybercriminals. By being aware of the risks associated with mistyped domain names and following these simple tips, you can protect yourself from becoming a victim. Remember, it's not about living in fear, it's about being informed and taking sensible precautions. So slow down, double-check those web addresses, and think before you click. Your digital self will thank you for it. Stay sharp, stay safe, and happy browsing.